there's these great moments in the Gospels where Jesus just surveyed the crowd and he recognized some yearning in them, some longing in them, some need in them. As you survey all the young people you're working with today, what is their greatest need?
It's a great question, because there's so many needs. Obviously, in the last year, we've experienced the need for others, need for community, need for real friendship, the need to be able to be together. I mean, just like there's so much isolation, and as Scripture says, Jesus saw the crowd and felt pity on them because they were frightened and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. I think there's an abandonment that grips a lot of the young people these days, or even a fear of abandonment. They can have even intact families that they're coming from, the families of origin, and still have that fear of abandonment. Because relationships are so transitory. Even in stable families, they see like, well, my extended family had, my aunt and uncle walked away from each other, or whatever, just all their friends. So there's that transitoriness. There's that isolation. But one of the things that I would say is, I believe that we are in a crisis. One of the crises that they experience most profoundly is meaninglessness. I think that, and not just, well, I found my own meaning, or I found my bliss, I found my purpose, but the greater substantial kind of meaning that is objective, that you can build a life on, that when all the storms of life attack, or when there's isolation, all these other things, all the plans you had are falling through, to know that, okay, but this all means something, that this isn't an accident. And I think that a lot of our culture, and a lot of what they are presented with, or what we're presented with, because we're living in the culture too, is so temporary, and is so based on, I would say this, subjective experience, that what happens when that subjective experience is all just pain. What happens in that subjective experience is so confusing that I don't understand it. And there's got to be something more. And so I would say that there's the greatest need, the greatest wound is a crisis of meaning, because it touches every single aspect of their lives.